You're listening to Inside Insight, the podcast that dives into the latest innovations and strategies in manufacturing, distribution, and Dynamics 365 Business Central. Brought to you by InsightWorks, this show features our hosts, Ryan and Emma, as they bring you expert conversations, industry insights, and practical advice to help you stay ahead in this constantly evolving world.
So you're thinking about integrating mobile devices with your Business Central system. Smart move. They can really boost efficiency and streamline operations. But with so many options out there, choosing the right mobile computer can be a little overwhelming. That's where this deep dive comes in.
We're going to help you navigate that maze using some practical guidance from InsightWorks, a company that specializes in this area. They put together a really helpful guide on choosing the right mobile computer for your business.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll understand the key decision points, the potential pitfalls to avoid, and hopefully, you'll feel confident about making the best choice for your needs.
First, let's get practical. Matching the right tool to the job is absolutely crucial, and that means taking a close look at your specific environment and workflow. Where will the device be used? What specific tasks will it perform? What kind of demands will it face?
For example, a busy warehouse with forklifts moving around has very different needs than, say, a retail store. With a more controlled environment,
Exactly. And that leads us to our first major decision point. Ruggedness. How much abuse can the device handle? We're talking drops, dust, moisture, the whole 9 yards.
choosing the right level of ruggedness isn't just about peace of mind. It can actually save you thousands in device replacement costs over time.
Right. And to understand ruggedness, you need to understand IP ratings. That stands for ingress protection. It's a standardized system. That tells you how well the device is protected against things like dust and water.
So, a construction site
Right.
would demand a much higher IP rating than a climate-controlled office. Let's say you're working in an environment with dust storms. You probably want a device with at least an IP67 rating.
That means it's completely dust-tight and can even withstand being temporarily submerged in water. Choosing the right IP rating is essential for ensuring the longevity of your device and minimizing downtime due to damage.
Okay, so ruggedness and IP rating, check. What's next on our list of key considerations?
Scan range. How far away can the device effectively read a barcode? This is really important for efficiency. You've got standard range for close-up scanning, then mid-range, which goes up to about 15 feet, and then long range, which can read barcodes from as far as 70 feet away.
Imagine someone on a forklift trying to scan items high up on a rack. A long-range scanner in that scenario isn't just about convenience, it can actually improve worker safety.
Right.
By reducing the need to climb ladders.
Absolutely. And for many businesses, that kind of efficiency and safety translates directly to a better bottom line. Now, the next factor might not be a deal breaker for everyone, but it's worth considering. The camera.
Some workflows require capturing images. Think documenting shipments, recording damage, things like that. If that's part of your process, then the camera becomes pretty important.
But if it's not essential, then it might make sense to skip it and potentially save some money. Again, it's all about matching the tool to the job.
Now, let's talk about something that's both practical and personal. Form factor. This is all about the physical design of the device. Things like, do you want a physical keypad or touchscreen? Would a pistol grip be more ergonomic for your team?
This is where personal preference comes in. Some people, especially if they wear gloves a lot, really prefer the tactile feedback of a physical keypad. Others might find a touchscreen more intuitive or easier to clean.
The key here is to think about the people. Who will be using this device day in and day out? You want something that feels comfortable and natural for them to use. A good fit can lead to higher productivity and less fatigue.
And that brings us to the ever-present factor of price. Finding that balance between features and budget can be tricky.
It's tempting to go for the cheapest option. But remember, you often get what you pay for. A device that breaks easily or lacks crucial features will end up costing you more in the long run.
A more expensive, durable device might seem like a bigger investment up front, but it can lead to lower total cost of ownership.
Now, let's move on to some other factors that might not be the primary decision drivers, but can still have a significant impact on your operations. For example, what type of barcodes do you need to scan? Are they 1D or 2D? Do you need mobile data capabilities? What about accessories like holsters and charging stations?
One thing I want to highlight here, since it's often overlooked, battery life. How long can the device run on a single charge? And if downtime for charging is a concern, consider devices with hot swappable batteries. This allows you to swap out a depleted battery for a fresh one without interrupting your workflow.
It's sort of like having a pit crew ready to go.
Yeah.
You can keep things moving without missing a beat, and that can be crucial for maintaining productivity.
Speaking of keeping things running smoothly, let's talk about mobile device management, or MDM. This is software that lets IT administrators control, secure, and manage all the mobile devices in your organization from a central location.
So think security updates, application deployment, policy enforcement, all handled through MDM. It's a huge help for businesses with a fleet of mobile devices.
Another important consideration, service plans. These can provide peace of mind, especially in rugged environments where accidents are more likely.
Think of it like insurance for your device. A dropped device or a spilled liquid might not be covered by a standard warranty. A service plan can minimize downtime and potentially reduce your overall costs in the long run. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about some of the major players. In the mobile computer market, you've got companies like Datalogic, Honeywell, and Zebra. They all offer a wide range of models with different features and price points.
Doing your homework is key. Understand your specific needs, compare different models, and don't hesitate to reach out to experts for guidance.
Now, you might be thinking, why not just use a smartphone? They have cameras and can scan barcodes too. But there are some compelling reasons why purpose-built mobile computers are usually the better choice for business use.
Let's delve into that in part 2. See you soon. Welcome back to our deep dive on choosing a mobile computer for Business Central.
In part 1, we talked about the key factors to consider when choosing a device. Things like ruggedness, scan range, and even the form factor.
And we touched on why using a purpose-built mobile computer is usually a better choice than relying on a consumer smartphone. For business tasks, let's explore that a bit further.
I think a lot of people might wonder, why not just use my smartphone? It has a camera, it can scan barcodes. What's the big deal?
Well, smartphones have definitely come a long way, but they're just not designed for the kind of wear and tear that a device might experience in a warehouse or at industrial settings.
So they lack that ruggedness we talked about earlier.
Exactly. A purpose-built mobile computer is designed to withstand drops, dust, extreme temperatures, even the occasional splash of liquid. You just can't expect that same level of durability from a consumer smartphone.
What about barcode scanning? How do smartphones compare to dedicated mobile computers in that area?
That's another key difference. Mobile computers use specialized scan engines that are designed for speed, accuracy, and efficiency. They can read barcodes from various distances, even in challenging conditions. Smartphones, on the other hand, rely on their cameras to scan, which can be slower and less reliable, especially if the barcode is damaged or poorly printed.
So in a fast-paced environment where accuracy is critical, a dedicated mobile computer would have a clear advantage.
Think about a warehouse worker who's scanning hundreds of items a day. Using a smartphone for that task could lead to errors, delays, and a lot of frustration. A purpose-built mobile computer with its ergonomic design and specialized scanning capabilities can make a huge difference in efficiency and accuracy.
And a more efficient workflow often leads to a happier workforce. Now, we touched on warehouse management systems or WMS apps earlier. Could you explain a bit more about how those work with mobile computers?
Sure. There are WMS apps designed specifically for Business Central that can really streamline your warehouse operations. They integrate seamlessly with mobile computers, allowing workers to receive instructions, update inventory, track shipments, and much more, all in real time.
It sounds like those apps can really take mobile device integration to the next level.
They can, by combining a purpose-built mobile computer with a powerful WMS app. Businesses can optimize their warehouse workflows, improve inventory accuracy, and ultimately, boost their bottom line.
Now, for businesses that are ready to take the plunge, where's the best place to find these mobile computers?
As we mentioned earlier, InsightWorks is a great resource, especially for those using Business Central. They have an online store with a wide selection of devices from leading manufacturers like Datalogic, Honeywell, and Zebra.
What sets InsightWorks apart from other vendors?
Their deep understanding of Business Central allows them to provide tailored recommendations based on your specific business needs and budget. They can help you navigate the often overwhelming world of mobile computers and ensure you make a smart investment.
That kind of expertise and support can be invaluable. And don't forget, they also offer comprehensive service plans to help protect your investment and minimize downtime in case of any issues. So, to recap, when choosing a mobile computer for your Business Central environment, opting for a purpose-built device over a consumer smartphone can bring significant benefits in terms of ruggedness, scanning performance, ergonomics, and software's integration.
And finding a knowledgeable vendor like InsightWorks can make the entire selection and implementation process much smoother.
Now, as we wrap up Part 2, let's leave our listeners with one final thought before we move on to the conclusion, Part 3.
When evaluating your options, think about the long-term impact of your decision. A mobile computer is an investment in your business's efficiency and future growth. Take your time, do your research, and choose wisely.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive on choosing the perfect mobile computer for your Business Central system.
In this concluding section, let's recap what we've learned and distill it into some key takeaways to help you make the right decision.
We started by emphasizing the importance of really understanding your needs, analyzing your work environment, your workflows, and the specific tasks that the mobile computer will be used for.
That's really the foundation of the whole process. It's all about matching the right tool to the job.
Then we dug into the primary decision factors, starting with ruggedness. We talked about how important it is to consider the device's environment and the level of abuse it might encounter. Drops, dust, moisture, temperature extremes, all of that.
And we explained IP ratings, that standardized system that tells you how well the device is protected against those hazards. Choosing the right IP rating can make a huge difference in the longevity and reliability of your device.
Next up was scan range. How far away can the device effectively read a barcode? We talked about the different categories, standard, mid-range, and long-range, and how each one is suited to particular tasks.
Remember that forklift operator example? A long-range scanner can be a game changer in a warehouse environment, improving both efficiency and safety.
Then we touch on the camera, a useful feature for some workflows, but not a necessity for all. Again, it comes back to understanding your specific needs.
We also talked about form factor, the physical design of the device. Do you want a physical keypad or a touch screen, a pistol grip, or a handheld design? These choices can have a big impact on user comfort and productivity.
And of course, we address the ever-present factor of price, that delicate balance between features and budget.
It's often wise to invest in a more durable, feature-rich device up front. It can save you money in the long run by minimizing repairs and downtime.
Then we moved on to some secondary decision factors, things like the type of barcodes you need to scan, whether you need mobile data capabilities, what kind of accessories you might need, and the different charging options available.
One thing we highlighted there was battery life. How long can the device run on a single charge? And are hot swappable batteries an option? If downtime is a major concern, these are important considerations that can impact your workflow.
We also talked about the importance of mobile device management, or MDM. That's software that lets IT administrators manage all their mobile devices from one central location.
MDM is a huge help for businesses with a lot of mobile devices. It streamlines things like security updates, application deployment, and policy enforcement.
And then there are service plans,
Yeah.
which can provide valuable peace of mind, especially in tough environments where accidents are more likely to happen.
Think of a service plan as an insurance policy for your device. It can help minimize downtime and repair costs.
We then shifted gears a bit and talked about why purpose-built mobile computers are generally a better choice than consumer smartphones for demanding business applications.
They offer superior ruggedness, specialized scan engines, ergonomic designs, and software that's tailored to business workflows.
And we wrap things up by recommending InsightWorks as a great resource for businesses using Business Central. They have a wide selection of devices, expert knowledge, and can provide valuable guidance.
Choosing the right mobile computer can feel daunting, but it doesn't have to be. By understanding your needs, exploring the available options, and seeking expert advice when needed, you can make an informed decision that will benefit your business for years to come.
We encourage you to check out the show notes for links and resources to help you in your search. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Happy scanning!